Hello, everybody. It's me, Rebecca, with Nibiru Followers Anonymous, and I wanted to take a moment to make a short recording to help you better understand what we are talking about on this channel, about how we have a binary solar system. It's another solar system that we cross paths with on a regular cycle every 3,654 years, and that's what's happening now and has been since 2009. Here is a picture of the gentleman that discovered this binary system, Samuel Hoffman, and he made this discovery back in 1978 by writing a paper about how he believed we have a binary system and that we are an electrical universe, actually, not gravitational. And that's how we're able to, pass through another solar system and not be pulled into each other. In fact, we all repel each other electromagnetically. And that paper actually led to him being forced into signing a 30-year non-disclosure agreement. So that's when he knew something was up. Why would they track him down, to force a non-disclosure agreement on him if he was wrong? So at that point, he knew he was right, and he waited the 30 years and then came forward in 2010 to disclose this information, as only he knows it, that we have a binary solar system and that we're, again, not being told about. So let's go ahead and pull up some images that he has created with his skill of remote viewing. He's able to visualize details of these other planets, and he's been making these drawings for many years now, and each month he releases one or two new drawings, and this is the most recent drawing facing the sunlight. We have planets, grouped up all around. Usually we're seeing a moon in front of a planet in front of a planet, and then if you look behind you, opposite of the suns, there's Nibiru. It's big. It's actually blue. It's not red. It's not behind the sun. That's a distraction. The whole Planet X situation. And here is a list of more distractions. How do you hide an entire solar system? Well, you hide it mentally by making people think it's the government that's making the sky look insane, when in reality it's everything to do with this binary solar system and these close passing planets that are just outside Earth's atmosphere, which I know seems, like I said, impossible, but since we are an electrical universe, it is possible and it is happening. We know the sky doesn't look like that. It doesn't have a dark blue curve going across the sky. That's a planet just right there. And here we go. The shadow, very curved shadow of another planet. I'll go through a few of these pictures just to give you some ideas. Sky fillers, they do fill our sky, and it's like this in every direction. They're wrapped all around us, these planets, and more importantly, all the asteroids. We see an infinite number of asteroids passing just outside Earth's atmosphere, but lots of dark shadows and curved edges. Mostly what we see, because they're between Earth and our suns, this binary solar system. So most of what we see are the dark sides of these planets. So there are shadows and curved edges, like I said, as well as their atmospheres and their clouds. Most of the clouds we see are really clouds from the atmospheres of these other planets. It's just, that's how it is. And that is why, a few years ago, they came out with a list of new cloud names. Like all of a sudden, there's 12 new cloud names they're going to disclose on us. They're actually naming clouds from these other planets. Yeah, because we're seeing them and they have to pass it off somehow as normal. So no, they're naming clouds from other planets, and they are that close. Our sky is always down just above the horizon all the way around us. And if you keep looking up, you'll definitely see a change in the appearance of the sky. Dark blue planet, light blue, our sky. So it's like this every single day, and it has been. Like I said, since 2009, they came in, small, and Samuel Hoffman, honestly, he thought they would stay far away, that you would need a telescope to see them, basically. He never dreamed or imagined that we would actually see them this close, and it blows his mind just as much as it does everybody else. But again, you see the perfect curve right here, and this is the planet Ice Saturn. It's always to the right side of our sun at this time, and it has been in that location for several years now. And its moon is in front, and again, here are some more examples of Ice Saturn, just showing that it's highly repetitive. It's always there. It's not just a once in a while thing. It's just when the lighting hits it just right, you can see it quite well. And here's a few more examples of Ice Saturn. And let me show you one from a friend of ours in Slovenia. Her name is Susie. I really like this one because you can definitely see the curve of the yellow moon in this image, no question about it. And that's just it. We have over 15 years worth of photographic documentation that supports all of this information, so we're confident that we are right and that we know what we're talking about. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of people that we have been working with around the world for the past 15 years on this to, do our citizen science, and we have done so. Many people work together to collaborate and to share this information out with others, because that's why Samuel Hoffman came forward in the first place, is because he felt people deserve to know the truth. And it's a risk, it's kind of scary, and it's nerve-wracking for him. He's a older gentleman in mid 60s, living in Montana now, a quiet life, and he'd like to keep it that way. But at the same time, he does feel people deserve to know what's really going on. Show you this video real quick. Here's what we have going on. So look right here. You can already see right here where it's dark, and here's an edge right there. You can already see that would be the moon, the yellow moon in front of Ice Saturn, and here it's marching this way. Back behind its clouds, you can see it up here at the very top. If you look closely, we'll see it some more, but it's always a dark, kind of a grainy texture. These planets, they have their own appearances, and each planet has its own atmosphere, its own clouds, its own everything. So, okay, and I'm going to show you a few more images just to give you an idea of the shadowed effects that these planets make in our sky. As you can see here, how the sunlight is flaring dramatically is because there are planets cutting in on each side of the sunlight at all times, really, on varying degrees, but you can tell that there's something there, and like I said, we're seeing the dark sides of these planets. Look at the dark shadows, look at the curves. It's there, actually. That's one of the asteroids, in fact. It's no question we're seeing a very round object there, and if you start to take your own pictures and pay attention every day, you will see it for yourself that there's always these round objects there. That's a older image of one of the planets when it was still far away. Now that particular planet is very close. That's the same planet. It's Uri, and it's more like that now. We're seeing a huge, curved shadow. Anyway, as you can see, there's no question about it. We got big curves in the sky, and it just so happens, again, to line up with these drawings by Samuel Hoffman. There's no question that they are accurate and correct. I've made thousands of comparisons over the last 6 years to confirm, just that. And I'm here to vouch for him. He is, as far as I can confirm, I would say he's absolutely correct. Okay, and one more thing, everybody. I just wanted to go and show you our channel over on YouTube. It's same name, Nibiru Followers Anonymous. And as you can see here, we have almost 800 videos that you can go over here and watch. And I would like to point out, click on that live tab right there. And what we have here is 154 recorded shows of our podcast that we have every Saturday, 3 o'clock Central. It's the Citizen Science Podcast, and it actually features Samuel Hoffman, and he joins us every week to talk about these planets, his discovery, disclosure, the drawings, what we're seeing in the sky, to explain what's really happening. Again, it's not geoengineering. That's what they want people to think. I can't stress that enough. That's the cover-up. That's how they're doing it. So here's the real information. Here are the real answers right here. Like I said, 154 shows recorded here that you can go back and view to get caught up on what we're talking about and what's really going on with our sky. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and stay tuned. There will be more to come.